Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube video channel. Just want to show you an orthodontist case that I've done a couple years ago. Haven't had a chance to present to some of you guys that follow me on YouTube. Uh, want to share the big screen right now so we can get started with this presentation. And here we go. This patient came to my office with a smile, with a very thin upper lip and very and very natural lower lip. But when he put the lip relaxed, as you can see, there is a tendency that he had to try to forcefully close his lip in order to close all the teeth. So there is some kind of consciousness about how his teeth look. And you can see that his facial profile overall look pretty good. I have a couple other photos, but I haven't had a chance to uh, upload for this presentation for the side view. Let me go ahead and show you the zoom in smile. When he smiles, you can see that the number 11 tend to be higher than the occlusion of the right side. On the right side seem to be very nice occlusion. Number 10 seem to be lingually inclined, and number 11 is facially protruded. That's the same thing you see on the right side view. Number 11 is really sticking out. Number 11 really sticking out, and number 10 is really sticking out. The sticking, lingually inclined. All right. The next one is the intraoral photo. As you can see that this is the picture, the intraoral picture that we actually finished his deep cleaning after a month and waiting for the gum to heal. After that, the gum have receded maybe 2-3 millimeter. So number 11 to begin with is actually longer than number 6. Right up the back, there's a couple of options we can do. Is initially I recommend him to have a gum graft before we even start orthodontist. That is one option. He didn't want to do with that. And so whatever the length of the canine here, we cannot improve it unless you intrude it first and then you extrude it out. But I didn't do that. I start basically trying to give him a couple options. First of all, you can see on the left side here that there's a posterior cross spine from number 15, 14, 13, and 12, all cross spine on this side. Upper anterior little cross spine, anterior cross spine on the left as well. On the right side, on the other hand, minor from edge to edge on the posterior teeth, and pretty nice alignment. But certainly we can improve it if we go ahead and try to accomplish in the ideal scenario. Because the way it look like right now is look like the number 2 and 3 doesn't have like the functional cusp, which is the lingual cusp, doesn't really buy on the back teeth. And that's what the goal is, to recreate the original ideal smile. And so to see how when he opened his mouth, you can see crowded teeth. Here's another picture before the deep cleaning to see how his gum looked. When he first came, really red this gum at the area of number 10 and 11, because it's very difficult for him to maintain the hygiene there. So if any fluids that capture in here will cause chronic inflammation. Same thing on the lower arch here. A lot of calculus presented. When he first came to our office, a lot of heavy tartar. And the only way to improve it is get a deep cleaning and then set it out with the orthodontist treatment. So you can see right there. So this little blood here, I numb him before I took picture. There is a heavy calculus at the canine as well. He didn't want to even want to touch his teeth when he do hygiene, when he begin with his mouth, because he thought everything is really not very good scenario. So that's what you see after deep cleaning. You can see the gum look a lot more improved, and which of course consciousness of hygiene instruction that we gave him allow him to have a really presentable mile before braces. So when we're looking at this situation like this, you can see that the narrow arc on the upper and sort of like a triangle shape of top and bottom. This is the reason why you have the arc discrepancy of the both side, mostly on the left side, that not allow the original class 1 functional or what we call is ideal over by overjet. Doesn't happen right there. So the goal is to expand this arc out a couple millimeter and put these occlusion on a posterior occlusion in correct position. When we expand like that, what it happened is allowed the room for the lateral incisor going in and the canine going in. The other option I present to him would be, let me go back one step here. The other option I talked to him, which is much faster, would be just simply just remove tube number 12 and create enough room for removing number 11 in, and absolutely having enough room to put number 10 in. That will be very easy for me to do. But I told him if I do that, I won't be able to fix his cross by here on both sides. And also, if I do that, I might have a hard time to I might have to remove one tube on the bottom tube anterior in order to fix the crowded situation. So we end up started the cave without with the intention that we're not going to take any tube out, but we're going to expand upper and lower arc as much as possible to put the arc together. So let me show you the progress that we did. We start right here. There is we start with the unraveling the upper arc and lower arc with night tie wire. And then of course we have to use a lot of open coil to expand the space on the bottom tube to move those crowded bottom anterior teeth straight. And it took a lot of effort to align top and bottom together. As you see that when we come to the end, we got a nice nice alignment of the number 11 into occlusion, number 10 into occlusion, and we were able to correct the posterior one by right here on the right side and the left side. And we did use the expander on the upper. It's the rapid palatal expander. Even though the patient started at the early 20, we give it the try and it seemed to work well. It took a while to settle down. We didn't want to, after we expand, we wait a little while before we remove the expander. And so here's the progress of the case. A lot of night tie wire, a lot of bending in the movement. And once we accomplish the alignment of the top and bottom, we did have to use the maximum torch to uproot all the root that wasn't straight in order to create the stability, long-term stability of the teeth. And these are pictures that we took along the case. And as you can see, there's a couple of tricks I want to show you, those who do an orthodontist. In order for you to move these and upper teeth backward, you are using a super power chain and going to the lower part of the incisor and leave it like that. And what it does is it of course is squeezing and is push the teeth backward, create more torch for the root to be straighter. And here's another trick to correct the midline of the lower arc. You can see I put the cross arc elastic to move the teeth to the right side. And I just took some photos just to show people. And here is another trick. In order for you to put the create a nice occlusion into maximum interocclusion space or expanding the lower arc, I put lingual click on the premolar and have the patient wear cross arc from buccal number 12, 13, and to the lingo of number 20, 21, and that's how you expand the lower art, and you narrow and you use narrowed out the upper art to put the occlusion together. It took a lot of effort. As you can see, there is little trick here and there, but now you can see the K come along according from where you begin with to the end right now. Using the elastic is very important with the compliant that patient doing their job at home. So you can see that there's a facial change from when he first came. His profile looked a lot more narrow. After we expand, you can see that his face looked a lot more full, and all the teeth come into the space where there is no more space between the corner of the lip, which is important. And here is the another series of photos show you from beginning to the midway and to the end. And so this is the end, this is the beginning. And you can see when we take the side picture, the canine is coming in. Canine here is way out here, canine here is down. Same thing on this side. Canine, now canine coming into occlusion. Lateral incisor were lingually inclined, now lateral incisor there. And then that little space there, triangle space, will be filled up at the patient floss and maintain his hygiene daily. Here we go. This is another facial aspect that we want to review. From beginning, narrow face, but when you get to the end, his face a lot more broader. And here's another detail that I just want to show. This is the upper arch seem to be straight, and you can see this is the evidence that we use the rapid palatal expander, and we cut it at we almost finished the case. A lot of detail. Here's the side veil we showed you before, but you can see that posterior crossbite being fixed on the right side, posterior crossbite on the left side being fixed on the left side. Canine and lateral were disorderly located. Now it's located correctly. Those little space right here is caused because once we straighten the teeth out, you create black triangle. I could have done is do interproximal reduction with enamel strip, but I didn't want to create any kind of long-term damage. So I did not do any interproximal stripping that most people do with Invisalign. Here's another case. Here's another picture of the smile, starting with very forcefully smile because he doesn't smile much. But now you can see the smile more relaxed with a more fully smiling with the lip. Here we go. This is the final photo. You can see that upper arch rounded and lower arch rounded. Nice smile outcome. This black triangle will be filled at the patient floss and maintain the teeth well. His teeth well. Here's the before open bite, which you just want to show that you how crowded it looked on the lower teeth, so you have an appreciation of what we accomplished. Same thing on the upper, crowded, really crowded and narrow on the upper. And here the upper, this is the before and this is after. Very nice curly. We could have improved this part right here, but he did not wear elastic properly, so there is a little discrepancy right there. Same thing on the bottom too, but you can see very crowded. Now it's the up lower arch straight. Although we're trying to really want to get all the teeth straight, but there was time that he missed several appointments. And here is just a quick the end here. You can look at how it looked right here and how he smiled right here. He did give a very nice testimonial. I didn't want to put on this video. I give this slide at this final slide, and I just want to say thank you for listening, and I hope to see you guys next time. If you guys have any comment and question, feel free to ask me. If you are a patient, feel free to ask me. If you're a dentist, you want to learn about orthodontics, you feel free to ask me. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye. move.